Hello everybody. I'm going to do a video that's a little bit different today, and I'm going to go through the books and websites. Oh, there's me in my book that I have relied on throughout my astrological career. Now, this is the Ephemeris, probably the most boring book in the world to look at, but the most fascinating and essential book for any astrologer. It's just page after page after page of planetary placements and aspects. I will say though that once you learn how to read an ephemeris, it goes for either 50 years or 100 years. It is the only thing you need to carry around with you in order to know what's going on with the stars at any given moment. So grab an ephemeris. The next book is The Rulership Book by Rex E. Bills. If you're a little bit more experienced, or even if you're not experienced, this book is the shit, excuse my language. It is the best book ever for horary, event, astrology, natal, you name it, it talks about it. I can't rave highly enough about this book. There are so many ruling objects and just so many things that'll blow your mind. I'll show you now. Here's just one page. It has all the planets on it, so this one's the sun, and it tells you everything that is ruled by the sun. So if you're a horary astrologer, you'll love it. Then there's alphabetical order of objects and things. There's E. It's the best book. Buy it. This is my copy of Alan Oken's Complete Astrology. Now, it is tatty and doesn't have a front cover because I've been using it for over 20 years. It gives you the foundations of astrology. It teaches you how to erect a chart. It is great for beginners. Now, this one is for intermediate astrologers to advanced, but Dynamics of Aspect Analysis by Bill Tierney. New Perceptions in Astrology. It is fantastic. It goes into grand trines, T-squares, grand crosses, yods. It explains everything about aspects, and it analyzes it to such a point that it makes a major difference in how you view astrology, and how when you see a grand trine, how relevant it is if it's in earth or air, or if it's an out of sign one. It just covers everything. If you have a yod and it's a particular planet that's at the top of the yod, it'll explain why that planet's there. If you have unaspected houses or planets, etc., it explains that. It's a brilliant, brilliant book, and I highly recommend it. Again, I've had it for nearly 20 years. The next one is from Jan Spiller, Astrology for the Soul. God bless her, she passed away a couple of years ago now. It is about the nodes, the north and south node. If you're interested in the nodes, I highly recommend reading Jan Spiller's work. The nodes are a very intricate part of astrology, and she deals with it very well and gives a lot of helpful advice on how to go about certain things, and explains each one of the north nodes and south nodes. Very good book. Now, the next book is Predictive Astrology, The Eagle and the Lark by Bernadette Brady, who's one of my favourite Australian astrologers. This book is so good. If you want to learn how to do transits, read solar returns, how to calculate lunar cycles, all the intricate things, The Eagle and the Lark is one of the best books. I only buy good books, and again, I bought that probably 20 years ago when I was learning, more than that, 25 years ago. and it helped me endlessly, and it still does today. Bernadette Brady's Eagle and the like. Then finally we have Robert Hand's Planets in Transit. It explains every single planet and what it has an interpretation and an in-depth reading about each planet going through the houses and aspecting every aspect, the sextile, the trine, the opposition, the square, all of the aspects. So anything transiting, it is the go-to book for transits. Robert Hand has a lot of books, planets in youth, planets in love, planets in the natal, I think there's one, but planets in transit has been one that I have used for a long, long time. So I highly recommend this book. So I hope that book section was helpful. Now I'm going to show you a couple of websites that I like. How about that? I nearly forgot my own book, Criminal Astrology Volume 1, Understanding the Prime Chart. Now, for the people that have been asking how they can learn how to do what I do, I wrote this book about it. And if you have a look at the link below, you can buy it on Amazon. So it's just Volume 1, and Volume 2 and 3 will be coming out by the beginning of next year. Volume 2 will be out in December, and Volume 3 will be out next year. And if you have all 3 volumes, you will know exactly how to do what I do. So that's my book. Have a look at that on Amazon. Okay, one of my favourite pages to go on, and I think many people's, is astro.com. Now, it's got all my stuff there. That's the front page. Oh no, now we're going all over the place. This is the front page here. It has so many reports that you can read. We have articles, plenty of articles, an ephemeris. It's so extensive, this page, and not just that. You can go, well, you can click chart for the moment. So if you want to see a chart right now, there you go. It'll just pop it up for you. Can I get rid of it? That's another question. Oh, don't get stuck up there. Move it, Kirsty. Good one. Okay. Yeah, articles. It tells you where the planets are at the moment here as well. And then you can go into, like, I have, excuse mine, I do obviously criminal astrology, so I have lots of criminal things. So there's so many different charts that we can do on this. Look at all those, just everything. Anything that you can think of, you can do a chart for. And I've got another video on how to use this. So this is just a really good site. And I just really recommend it as well for the articles here. Liz Green, Robert Hand, very professional. It has the Astro Data Bank, which is thousands and thousands of people with their information on it. So public figures, we'll just click here. I don't know, it's the wrong place. But anyway, this brings up a place where you can find anybody and their astrology chart. Now, a lot of people ask me what software I use aside from astrology, astro.com, or Astrodient is what it's called. Solarfire is the product that I use. I love Solarfire. Now, this is just if you're dedicated, because I'm not going to lie, it's relatively expensive. You can get a version of it for your iPad, I think. But if we click here into Solarfire, start getting into the prices, upgrades, it's confusing. We're looking at hundreds of dollars for software like this, and if you want report software and to be able to write things, and see, here's the Solar Writer different charts, workshops, special products. So, but the thing is that the program is just fantastic. So if you're really keen on astrology, you love it, it's your life, you do it like I do it, then it's worth investing in a great program like Solar Fire. But Astro Databank can do exactly the same thing. All you have to do is sign up your name. You get to put 1,000 people in your Astro list. My list is a bit personal, I'll get rid of it, but you can see how many there are. We've got articles that explain everything from planets through to cycles. It's just a great page, so have a look at that, and I really hope it helps. See you all later. Bye.